HCAM Sports is supported by our viewers and by the Dentist at Hopkinton. Founded by Dr. Jill Tansey in 2003, the Dentist at Hopkinton provides state-of-the-art dental care in a comfortable and relaxing setting to patients of all ages. They are located at 77 Main Street and online at hopdent.com.
Tonight for the Hopkinton Hillers. Scott McKinney lost by 19 points. And the Hillers' only game of the season so far, which was a win over Dedham on the road against a good Marauders team. And for Ashland, the player to look out for is the captain, Ryan Lima, senior multi-sport athlete, certainly a force to be reckoned with out on the court tonight. Well, we are just about ready for the...
And welcome to Hopkinton High School for tonight's varsity girls basketball game as the Ashland Clockers take on the Hopkinton Hillers. Hopkinton High School in the Tri-Valley League is committed to the highest ideals of sportsmanship and establishing a healthy environment for interscholastic competition. We will not tolerate negative statements or actions directed towards competitors, coaches, game officials, or fans. Please make sure your behavior reflects respect towards everyone. And now for tonight's starting lineups. For the Ashland Clockers, number 10, sophomore guard, Catherine Carter. Number 13, senior guard, Rianne Lima. Number 22, freshman guard, Melissa Leone. Number 23, freshman guard, Katie Klepper. And number 42, junior forward, Claire Marcy. The Clockers are coached by Mackenzie Sparling, Devin Rabideau, and head coach Dave Leith. And now for the Hopkinton Hillers. Number 15, junior guard, Lulu Murphy. Number 23, sophomore guard, Lauren Cho. Number 33, sophomore forward, Lexi Trendle. Number 21, captain, junior forward, Caroline Cannell. And number 5, senior captain at guard, Olivia Gladue. The Hillers are coached by Kerry Chatton, Cheney Gaudette, Will Collins, and head coach Mike Greco. Now please rise for the playing of our national anthem.
School. It's high school basketball on my FM 101.3. We are just about ready for the opening tip between the Ashland Clockers and the Hopkinton Hillers. Ashland in their dark blue jerseys, white numbering on the front and the back with the white streak down the sides. The Hopkinton Hillers in their home white jerseys with the orange numbering and the green lettering. Tom Nappy happy to be on the call at Hopkinton High School. Craig D'Alessandro is back in the MyFM 101.3 studios. And we are underway here from Hopkinton High School as Lily Trendle tipped off against Ryan Lima, and the Hillers won the tip-off, and then a shot is no good from Lauren Cho. Or, excuse me, that was Katie Klepper for Ashland. Now the Hillers have it. We have a steal along the far side as Catherine Carter tries to work up the far side, but she's called for a travel. The Hillers will have the entry from the far sideline. Hopkinton is working left to right across your radio on the entry. That was Olivia Gladeau. And she inbounds to Lauren Cho, calls it out. Lauren Cho was a big contributor to this Hillers team last year. Gladeau feeds the top of the perimeter to Caroline Connell. Now Cho coming in from the left side wing, kicks it over to the corner, up for three. And no good there is Lulu Murphy. And it's an Ashland rebound. There to collect was Ryan Lima. As Ashland works around the perimeter along the far side, a pass into the short corner to Claire Marcy. And as she drives to the bucket, she draws a foul. First foul by either team in this game. That one is called on Alexis Trendell. First free throw is no good by Marcy. 50 seconds into action, scoreless between Ashland and Hopkinton. The second free throw falls short as well, and the Hillers able to rebound as Lexi Trendle was under the bucket. And driving in is Lauren Cho. She'll try for the layup, no good. Ryan Lima has the rebound. Feeds it up into the right short corner to Klepper, who steps out and launches a three from the right side of the perimeter, no good. And it's a Hillers rebound. Lexi Trendle is there. Here comes the Hillers up the far side. It's Lauren Cho. Along the left corner, driving in, up with the right-handed shot from the paint. No good. Loose ball collected by Marcy. Marcy feeds it up the far sideline to Melissa Leone, and now it's stolen away as Lulu Murphy able to rip it away from Leone, and the Hillers have possession. Olivia Gladeau driving in from up top, up for the shot, no good. And a good block by Claire Marcy, the tall junior, is able to block that shot, and Ashland has possession. Katie Klepper trying to feed it in, driving in from the top of the perimeter, Leone. Feeds it over to the right corner to Lima. And now here comes Carter driving the lane off the glass, no good. And the Hillers have the loose ball. It's collected by Caroline Connell, one of the captains for the Hillers, as Cho feeds it over to the left block. No good on the first attempt by Lulu Murphy, but then she goes for the putback and draws a foul. Push foul called against Ashland. And I believe it was Michaela. I think that Claire Marcy, the guilty party. First free throw is no good. From Murphy, trying to score the first point of the game, and she does. 1-0 Hillers, 5:51 and counting left to go in the first quarter. Colby Lima drives up for Ashland. Feeds it over to the left corner. And now Morella drives along the end line and is able to lay it in. So the freshman strikes for two with Ashland lead. Leone on the entry from the near side for Ashland. They will find Colby Lima. Lima drives it in, feeds her sister Ryan Lima in the paint. That's back out to Kobe over to the right short corner, and it'll be Sonali Ciolino who puts in the shot. A 4-1 lead for Ashland. offensive zone. Here comes along the end line, Lexi Trendle, and she'll lay it in. Lexi Trendle able to get the first bucket, first field goal for the Hillers of the game. Ashland now with possession, up for the three from the left side is Morella. That's no good. And now Lauren Cho will drive to the opposite end and work her way to the bucket. And as she does, she draws contact. That time the foul is on Claire Marcy. That's her second. Lauren Cho at the line. First free throw is good. A 4-4 game. 4 minutes, 38 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Cho on the second free throw. No good, it'll fall off the rim. The loose ball is collected underneath and put back by Lexi Trendle. That's her second field goal of the game. Now Ashland trying to quickly respond. Ciolino drives in, up for the shot, no good. The loose ball collected by Sensity. The Hillers now working in their offensive zone. And a feed into the paint to Lexi Trendle. And Trendle turns around the defender and puts it off the glass and in. How about Lexi Trendle heating up? Already 3 field goals in this game. An 8-4 lead for the Hillers as Ashland works around the perimeter. Colby Lima feeds it out to Ryan Lima. Ryan feeds Colby along the end line. Now the kick out to the left wing to Marcy. And now up to Ryan Lima. Launches the three. It's no good. And the Hillers will have the entry. On the inbound for Hopkinton will be Brooke Doherty, the sophomore. An 8-4 Hillers lead, 3:48 left to go in the first quarter. Lauren Cho drives down, top of the perimeter. Feeds it now over to the left wing to Doherty. Around the horn goes the Hillers. Cho along the right wing with possession. Feeds it up top to Sensity. Now Cho drives along the end line up to the right block. It goes up and in with it. And Cho with 3 points tonight for the Hillers. Now Ashland trying to quickly respond. Driving into the paint was Ciolino. Now she went up for the shot from along the end line. It was knocked out of bounds by Caroline Connell. It'll be an Ashland inbound. Carissa Leone on the entry for Ashland. From the end line on the offensive side. She goes over the left corner to Klepper. And now the ball was knocked loose out of the grasp of Kylie Hardenbrook for the Hillers, and Ashland has it. Klepper driving in from the left wing, feeds it over to Turner along the right wing. Now Marcy along the corner. Pass up to Klepper. Takes it over the corner, trying to feed it to the elbow to Marcy. The ball was knocked loose briefly by Caroline Connell, but Marcy able to maintain possession. Leone feeds it up top. Turner driving in, and the shot clock running very low. Now she's going to be called for the travel. So the Hillers will have the inbound from the far sideline. But first we'll have a timeout. 2:42 left to go in the first quarter. It's Hopkinton 10, Ashland 4. To Hopkinton High School off the timeout. The Hillers with possession. Working left to right across your radio. Lauren Cho with possession. Drives along the end line up for the shot. No good. A rebound by Claire Marcy. And Klepper up the near side for Ashland. Along the left corner. Feeds it over to Marcy along the left wing. And Marcy going to be called for the travel. Ashland having some difficulties tonight maintaining their dribble. Not a travel call so far. An inbound from the near side as Cho works down for the Hillers. Pass over to Cameron McDonald driving in from the right wing. Now to the top of the perimeter to Connell. Now to Cho along the left side of the perimeter. She launches the three and it's good. Lauren Cho starting to heat up. That's her second field goal of the game. 6 points so far for the sophomore. Klepper along the right corner for Ashland. Pass to the top of the perimeter to Ellis. Ellis trying to take it in. Feeds it over to the left short corner. Up for the two and no good is Leone. And the ball ends up out of bounds off a Hiller. Ashland will have the entry. On the inbound, it is Alyssa Leone, the freshman. Standing in front of her, Kylie Hardenbrook. She goes into Turner. And Turner tries to turn around, put up the shot, no good. Loose ball collected by Lexi Trendle. Here comes Lauren Cho. Cho was trying to feed it into Trendle and it was stolen away by Colby Lima. Up the far side she goes to Leone. And was trying to work it into the interior to Marcy. Went off the defender's hand and back to Leone. And now she takes it along the end line and gets tied up with Hardenbrook. The jump ball called. Possession arrow favoring the Hillers. Varsity will have the entry for Hopkinton. 1:11 left to go in the first quarter. The Hillers dominating so far, up 13-4. Taking it up the middle is Olivia Gladeau, who played a big role last year. Now Brooke Doherty going to drive in, up for the shot. It was no good, but we have a foul. This one is going to be called on Melissa Leone for Ashland, the freshman. Olivia Gladeau on the entry for Hopkinton. Gladeau goes to the right of the paint to Hardenbrook, who drives in and puts it up and in. The junior with another bucket for the Hillers, and they're up 11. Less than a minute left to go in the first quarter. Colby Lima to Leone at the top of the perimeter. And she'll take it in with a left-hand dribble, then put it off the bottom of the hoop. Loose ball collected by Cameron McDonald. Cammie McDonald feeds it out over to Brooke Doherty. Launches a three from the right wing. No good. Cammie McDonald there to collect the loose ball along the short corner. Around the perimeter go the Hillers. Gladeau with possession up top, and now feeds it over to Brooke Doherty. Doherty driving in from the left wing, up with the right hand, no good. Pulls down the loose ball, kicks it out over to Cammie McDonald, and now fires it up top to Hardenbrook, and Hardenbrook launches a three, and it's good. 18-4 Hillers. The offense starting to come alive here in this first quarter for Hopkinton. Colby Lima at the top of the perimeter, feeds it back to Ryan Lima, behind the back dribble, launches the three towards the buzzer, no good, and that is how the first quarter will end. After 1 quarter of play, it's the Hopkinton Hillers 18, the Ashland Clockers 4. You are tuned in to high school basketball on MyFM 101.3. Welcome back to Hopkinton High School. You're tuned in to Girls Varsity High School basketball on my FM 101.3. The Ashland Clockers with possession to start the second quarter, working right to left across your radio. Colby Lehman tries to fire it into Melissa Leone. It was knocked out of bounds. On the entry for Ashland, it's Leone from the far side corner. An 18-4 lead for the Hillers. Their offense really started to heat up towards the end of the first quarter. Cialino turns around, tries to feed it to the end line, and it's stolen away by Hardenbrook for the Hillers. Olivia Glado with possession. She's called for a double dribble as she works her way towards the perimeter. It'll be an Ashland Clockers inbound. Leone on the entry to Colby Lima. Lima at the top of the perimeter, feeds it to her left to Leone. Leone trying to figure out where to go with it. This Hillers defense, they have been great at protecting the interior. They have not given Ashland a whole lot of opportunities for any short shots. And now an underhand shot from the paint from Leone, and it falls through. So the freshman able to strike. Now the Hillers trying to quickly strike back as Lauren Murphy went up for the shot. Some heavy contact, but no foul called. And the ball ended up out of bounds. It'll be a Clockers inbound. Melissa Leone on the entry for Ashland, and now Colby Lima takes it up. Back to Leone, now Carter along the left side of the perimeter. Carter trying to drive in with it. Feeds it over to Cialino, and now Ryan Lima with possession. And Glado got a hand on the attempt by Ryan Lima to get it over to Colby Lima, and the Hillers have it. A shot from the right short corner, and it swishes through from Kylie Hardenbrook. A 20-6 lead for the Hillers. A timeout is called with 6:38 left to go in the first half. We'll take a timeout as well on my FM 101.3. What's up? Huh?
I can move that up to the bench.
Oh, perfect. Yep. Welcome back to Hopkinton High School. Ashland with possession. Off the timeout, Colby Lima works up to the offensive side for the Clockers. Now along the far side, being watched by Lauren Cho. Tries to feed it to the end line of Leone, and ended up being knocked out of bounds off of Kylie Hardenbrook. It'll be an Ashland inbound from the near sideline. On the entry, Melissa Leone. Now he tries to take it in on the give and go with Cialino. The ball knocked out of bounds, this time off a Clocker. It'll be a Hillers inbound. The entry passes to Lauren Cho. Ashland with one up court to provide pressure. Cho comes down the far sideline and ends up getting Melissa Leone in her way. The ball knocked out of bounds. Ashland with the turnover. Colby Lima takes it up the middle. Lima with a right-hand dribble, working her way in from the wing, up for the shot. No good. It rolls off the back iron into the hands of Melissa Leone. Up to the left wing of Cialino. Now Ryan Lima driving in, trying to feed it towards the end line, and it is intercepted by Hardenbrook. And the ball batted out of bounds by Caroline Ellis as Hardenbrook trying to feed it to the near side. It'll be a Hillers inbound. With Doherty on the entry, Lauren Murphy with possession over to Cho. Now back to Murphy. Full court pressure once again by Ashland. They know they need turnovers to get back into this game. Caroline Connell driving to the bucket, draws some contact. Actually looks like it might be a jump ball call. Will be an inbound for the Hillers. Lauren Cho on the entry. Feeds it to the top of the perimeter to Connell. Now along the right wing, Brooke Doherty over on the short corner, feeds it up to Cho. And now over to Murphy, who launches a three. No good. Murphy is able to collect the loose ball along the short corner, but then it's stolen away by Colby Lima. Lima takes it down the far side for Ashland, feeds it up to Ryan Lima, up for the three, no good. And a rebound for Connell and the Hillers. Cho feeds it over to the left corner, driving along the end line, Brooke Doherty. And as she goes up for the shot, she'll draw contact. Brooke Doherty heading to the line for a pair. That foul was called on Sonali Ciolino, that's her second. So Doherty trying to add on to the Hillers' 14-point lead. First free throw is no good. The sophomore will get another. Second free throw attempt for Doherty. Count it. A 21-6 lead for the Hillers. Now in trouble along the far side corner is Katie Klepper as the Hillers had full court pressure. And that'll force Ashland to call a timeout. Smart call there. We'll take a timeout as well. You are tuned in to Girls Varsity High School Basketball on MyFM 101.3. The Hillers leading the Clockers 21-6. Ashland with possession off the timeout, working right to left across your radio. A 21-6 lead for the Hillers. Driving in is Carly Morella, and as she works her way to the bucket, draws some contact. And this is going to be on Lauren Murphy. That's her first. It'll be an inbound for Ashland. Zaria Turner on the entry. Turner trying to feed it over Caroline Connell, but Connell had other ideas and picked off the pass. Cho feeds it down the near side to Brooke Doherty. Driving in from the wing. Now Connell takes it back out to Cho. Cho feeds it over to Doherty along the end line, up for the shot, no good. Pulls down her own rebound, feeds it out to Cho. Now up top to Connell. Now along the left wing, driving in is Murphy. Murphy to Cho, and now Doherty. Into the paint to Trendle, and now back up top. Over to Murphy, and now over to the corner. Up for three is Doherty. That's no good. A rebound by Claire Marcy for the Ashland Clockers. Alyssa Leone takes it up the far side for Ashland. Klepper along the right side wing, being watched by Cho. She nearly knocked the ball loose. Klepper trying to drive in and feed it in over to Marcy. The ball knocked loose. And Marcy picks up the loose ball, puts it up and in, but we had a foul prior to the shot, so the field goal, actually it will, it's going to be an and one, it looks like. Thought the foul might have come before the shot, but the official giving her the and one. The foul on Caroline Connell, that's her first. On the and one attempt, it's no good. Loose ball is collected by Brooke Doherty. Cho feeds it up the far side over to Murphy. And now over to the left block to Trendle. Trendle over to the left elbow to Cho. Launches the jumper and it's good. A 23-8 Hillers lead. Now Ashland trying to quickly respond. A deep two from the right side by Morella is no good, but the loose ball was collected by Marcy, who kicks it over to the top of the perimeter. Up for three, Klepper, no good. The Hillers have it. Trendle was there to collect for Hopkinton. Now a steal along the far side as Klepper able to rip it loose from the possession of Lauren Murphy. Klepper along the far sideline, takes it over to the top of the perimeter. Now a feed over to the left short corner to Morello, who drives along the end line, and it was nearly stolen away by Lexi Trendle, but she stepped out of bounds. Ashland will have the entry. 2:57 left to play in the first half. A 23-8 lead for the Hillers. Lauren Marcy will have the entry for Ashland. We had an officials stoppage to straighten out something with the scoreboard, and now an Ashland substitution. Marcy on the entry for the Clockers. Feeds it over to the right corner to Klepper. Katie Klepper, a freshman, drives on the end line, feeds it behind, up for the shot. Ciolino, no good. Able to grab her own loose ball, feeds it out to Morella. Morella drives in up for the shot, and that's good. Well, Ashland needs field goals, and they need them fast. They are down by 13. Hillers working in their offensive zone. Widow feeds it over to Cami McDonald along the left side of the perimeter. Now it's up top to Murphy. Now to Gladeau, back to Murphy. Murphy driving in, feeds it over to Hardenbrook. Now Gladeau drives in from the right wing, up with a right-handed shot, no good. Pulled down by Ryan Lima. And now here comes Klepper. Klepper drives up to the bucket, launches a shot. That's no good. And the ball ends up out of bounds along the far sideline. Out on Ashland, and the Hillers will have the entry. Olivia Gladeau on the inbound to Lauren Murphy. Murphy takes it down, feeds it to her left to Gladeau. Now Cami McDonald along the left side of the perimeter, feeds it into the short corner to Hardenbrook. And back up top to Gladeau. Now cross over to the left wing, up and in from three-point land is Kylie Hardenbrook. Hardenbrook swishes it right through. That's her fourth field goal of the night. Top of the perimeter for Ashland is Klepper. Klepper takes it over to the right side. Trying to work past Connell, and now the ball knocked loose. Out of bounds it goes, out on the Hillers. Ashland will have the inbound. 1:25 left to go in the first half. 26-10 lead for the Hillers. An 8-6 second quarter in favor of Hopkinton so far. Stolen away by Caroline Connell on the entry. Now Gladeau trying to feed it over to Hardenbrook, but pass had a little too much zip on it. And it went off of Hardenbrook out of bounds. Ashland will have the entry from the defensive baseline. Lauren Marcy on the entry, and now surrounded by Hillers is Klepper. And Klepper, with nowhere to go with it, will force a timeout call by the Clockers. Smart timeout call there by Coach Lith. 1:11 left to go. The Hillers leading Ashland 26-10 on IFM 101.3. Break back after this break. School. You're tuned in to Girls Varsity High School basketball on my FM 101.3. 26-10 lead for the Hillers. 1:11 left to go in the first half. The stars tonight for Hopkinton so far has been Kylie Hardenbrook. 10 points overall for Hardenbrook. Then you got Lexi Trendle with 6. And Lauren Cho with 8. And the Hillers cruising so far, up by 16. Ashland inbounds off the timeout from the defensive baseline against the press. And then we get a moving violation on Katie Klepper. Klepper just lost her balance and her dribble and was called for the moving violation, so the Hillers get the turnover. The constant full court pressure really paying off for Hopkinton in this game. They're forcing all kinds of turnovers. Pass over to the left wing to Hardenbrook. Now over to Senseney along the right wing. Launches the three, no good. Grabbed along the baseline by Connell. Out to Gladeau. Gladeau drives up to the paint. Launches the shot. That's no good. Pulled down by Morella. Morella takes it up into the offensive end for Ashland. She'll go to the top of the perimeter with it to Klepper. Klepper turns around, gives it off to Ryan Lima. Lima takes it over to the right side of the perimeter, driving along the baseline, feeds it out over to Klepper, and now pass inside to Ciolino. And as Ciolino goes up for the lay-in, she's going to draw some contact. Foul called on Cameron McDonald. Ashland will have the entry from the offensive baseline. Melissa Leone on the inbound. Leone feeds it over to the short corner to Marcy. Now back to Leone along the far side. Klepper gathers it up. Gladeau got in the face of Klepper, but she was able to get it over to Marcy on the short corner, who feeds it out towards the top of the perimeter to Leone, and Leone hits from three-point land. That's her second field goal of the night. Running out of time in the second quarter, 3 seconds and counting. Driving the lane up for the shot is Connell, no good. And that is how the first half will end. The Hillers leading by 13, up 26-13. On the Ashland Clockers at the halftime break. Stick around. Coming up during the halftime break, Greg Alessandro will get you up to date with what's
HCAM Sports is supported by our viewers and by the Dentist at Hopkinton. The Dentist at Hopkinton provides services including comprehensive dental care, same-day crowns, facial aesthetics, periodontal care, cosmetic dentistry, and implant dentistry. The Dentist at Hopkinton is located at 77 Main Street and online at hopdent.com.
slow it up now. Somebody unplugged it.
Hey Craig, sorry, somebody accidentally unplugged the laptop. You can bring me back after this. Welcome back to high school basketball coverage on my FM 101.3. We are ready for the second half between the Ashland Clockers and the Hopkinton Hillers. And as we enter the second half, it is a 26-13 lead for the Hopkinton Hillers. They outscored Ashland 18-4 in the first quarter. Ashland outscoring Hopkinton 9-8 in the second quarter. Happy to be with you on the call. Alessandro back in the MyFM 101.3 studios. Let's take a look at the scoring totals from the first half. We'll start off with the Ashland Clockers. Melissa Leone with 5. Carly Morello with 4 points. Sonali Cialino with 2. Claire Marcy with 2. And for the Hopkinton Hillers, it's Brooke Doherty with 1. Lauren Murphy with 1. Lauren Cho with 8. Lexi Trendle with 6, and Kylie Hardenbrook with a team-leading 10 points for the Hillers. Ashland Clockers set to inbound from the near side, and we are underway in the second half. Ashland working left to right across your radio. Claire Marcy up top, feeds it over to the right block to Leone, up for the shot, no good. And it's knocked out of bounds off of Cho. It'll be an Ashland inbound. Leone on the entry. And it appears the Hillers' offensive star from last game, Kiki Fossbender, may be inactive tonight. We'll see if she ends up getting into the game. Lauren Cho feeds it up the far side to Gladeau. Now over to Lauren Murphy, driving in from the left wing, up for the shot, no good. And a loose ball is collected by Melissa Leone for Ashland. Now she tries to feed it over to Klepper along the near side corner, but the pass a little too much in front of her, ends up out of bounds. The Hillers will have the entry. Olivia Gladeau on the inbound to Lauren Murphy, and now Lauren Cho will take it up the far side. Along the far sideline is Connell. And now pass out to Cho, launches a 3, no good off the rim. And it's rebounded by Leone. Leone feeds it down to Carter. Carter drives into the paint, up with a right-handed shot, no good. Rebound by the Hillers, Caroline Connell with a nice rebound, feeds it out to Cho. And now working up the near side is Murphy to the bucket, up for the shot, no good. Putback shot, no good by Trendle. And the kick out to Cho, launches a 3, no good. And then Trendle trying to keep it in bounds, but ends up stepping out. It'll be an Ashland inbound from the baseline. Clockers on the entry, working against the Hillers' full court press as Klepper passes up the near side off the hands of Carter, but Klepper there to collect, now loose ball. Picked up by Gladeau, feeds it over to Connell, and Connell feeds it down to Trendle, who drives to the bucket, goes up and in with it. Lexi Trendle had 6 points in the first quarter. Now we have a steal here. No points in the second quarter, but grabs a field goal to start off the third. 6:17 left to go in the third quarter. The Hillers leading by 15, 28-13 over Ashland. Lexi Trendle feeds it underneath. Up with the right-handed hook shot is Lauren Murphy. Off the glass, no good. Rebound, Ryan Lima. Lima feeds it underneath to Marcy, who kicks it over to the far side corner to Leone. Driving along the end line, up with the reverse lay-in, and it's good. So freshman Melissa Leone hits for the Clockers. He was one of the highest scoring offensive players against Westwood on Wednesday for Ashland. Now Caroline Connell going to draw a foul as she drives to the bucket and draws a push. They will get Claire Marcy with her second. Caroline Connell at the line for the Hillers. The junior looking for her first points of the night. First of two, no. Connell will get another one. Second free throw, no good off the front of the rim. And it's collected by Kobe Lima. Pass over to Ryan Lima, driving in from the left wing, and as she drives the lane, she draws some contact. That will be the Hillers' first team foul of the second half. They get Lexi Trendle with her first. On the inbound for Ashland is Melissa Leone. Over to Carter, driving along the end line, feeds it out to Leone. Into the paint she goes, underneath to Marcy, off the glass and in, plus the foul. A well-needed and one here for Ashland. We'll see if they can complete. High school basketball coverage continues Monday on MyFM 101.3. Boys basketball, Nipmuc and Bellingham. A 2:30 p.m. tip-off for that game. Cho feeds it up the near side over to Hardenbrook, and now driving the lane up and in is Lexi Trendle. Lexi Trendle starting to heat up once again with a pair of field goals here in this third quarter. Ashland working in the offensive zone. A pass over to the right side of the perimeter. Up from three-point land is Lima, no good. And the loose ball collected by Connell. Feeds it over to Cho, now into the paint to Trendle, around the defender, off the glass and in. Lexi Trendle making it happen. Up the near side, Lima. And she stepped out of bounds. Hillers ball. Well, she was contested, and the Ashland fans looking for a contact call, but they're not going to get one, and the Hillers have the entry from the near sideline. Hopkinton leading 32-17, 4:48 and counting left to go in the third quarter. Cho in the paint. Feeds it out to Doherty. Now back to Cho at the top of the perimeter. Cho calls it out. Setting a pick is Connell. As Cho tries to work down towards the corner. Now over to Connell. Feeds it to the top of the perimeter. Up for three and no good is Hardenbrook. And the Clockers have it. Coming up the far side, Cialino. And now a pass to the right corner. Up and in for a three is Zaria Turner. Well, Ashland is going to need to hit some threes in the second half to get back into this one. Hillers trying to quickly respond. Driving down the right side of the paint, Kylie Hardenbrook off the glass and in. Ashland quick to get onto their offensive side. Turner feeds it out to Lima. Kobe Lima calls it out over to Cialino, up for the lay-in. And the ball ended up getting stuck between the rim and the glass, which will stop the action here. The Hillers will have the entry. Hopkinton leading 34-20. 3:50 and counting left to go in the third quarter. Lauren Cho takes it up, feeds it over to Brooke Doherty. Doherty drives into the paint, up for the shot, no good. Cialino is there to collect for Ashland. Here comes Morella. Top of the perimeter, over to the left corner to Turner. Turner driving in, up for the left-handed shot, no good. Put back, yes. So Natalie Cialino is there to put it back. She has 4 points tonight for Ashland. Cho feeds it to the right side of the perimeter to Doherty, and now up to Hardenbrook, and now driving in from the left wing, McDonald, up for the lay-in, no good. Loose ball collected by Lima. Lima feeds it up to Ryan Lima. And as Ryan Lima works towards the bucket, she draws some contact. So it looks like the intensity of both these teams starting to heat up a little bit in this game. We get Brooke Doherty with her first. Ryan Lima at the line for her first time tonight. And the first of two is no good. Ryan Lima, also a tremendous soccer player for the Ashland Clockers. Second free throw, no, and it's collected by Cammie McDonald. Pass over to Lauren Cho, working along the left wing. Now back to Cammie McDonald. Around the horn goes the Hillers. Doherty driving into the paint, kicks it up to McDonald. On the left side of the paint she goes, and it's stolen away by Morella. Quick break here, over to Ryan Lima. Up for the lane, no good, but there to follow through is Zaria Turner. Well, Turner in the right place at the right time, able to follow up with Lima, and Ashland has a little something going. They're within 10, and a timeout called by the Hopkinton Hillers. 2:32 left to go in the third quarter. Hopkinton 34, Ashland 24. We'll take a timeout on MyFM 101.3. Back after this. Welcome back to Hopkinton High School. We are in the third quarter, 2:32 left to go. Ashland starting to climb back in a little bit, a 34-24 lead for the Hillers, but the Ashland offense starting to heat up just a bit. Zaria Turner with a pair of field goals in this quarter for Ashland. To start off the quarter, Lexi Trendle was starting to get heated up again. She has 12 points on the night. She hit 3 two-point field goals earlier in the quarter. Lauren Cho takes the entry pass and tries to feed it over to Doherty along the wing, and it went off her hand and out of bounds. Ashland will have the inbound. Zaria Turner into Colby Lima. Lima, top of the perimeter, over to Turner. Down in the left corner to Morella. Lima trying to feed it into the paint, and it's stolen away by Trendle. Lauren Cho takes it up for the Hillers. Cho feeds it out to the left wing to McDonald. McDonald calls it out. Trying to work her way to the right side, gets it over to Cho. Cho along the wing, contested. Feed it over to the right corner to McDonald. Shot clock running low. McDonald up for the shot, no good. And it's collected by Zaria Turner for Ashland. Colby Lima takes it up. Lima, top of the perimeter, drives in. Feeds it over to Turner along the corner. Will take it into the paint and then kick it out to Ryan Lima. Approaching a minute and a half left to go in the quarter. Ryan Lima goes around the defender, up for the shot, no good. And the loose ball is collected by Lexi Trendle. Lauren Cho takes it up court for the Hillers, and she'll drive the lane, and as she works her way to the bucket and tries to put up the lane, she'll draw contact. A foul called on Sonali Cialino. Lauren Cho on the first of two. She's now 2 for 3 from the stripe tonight as she hits the first. 9 points overall for the sophomore Lauren Cho. Second free throw from Cho. Count it. Big time free throws there from the sophomore. Puts the Hillers back up by 12. 1:21 left to go in the quarter. On the entry for Ashland is Leone. Full court pressure by the Hillers. They got everybody up court. Area Turner over to Lima. Colby Lima takes it down, feeds it over to the left corner, up for three, and no good was Morella. And it's collected by Lexi Trendle. Hillers work it into the offensive side. Pass over by Connell over to the left side of the perimeter to Doherty. Feeds it over to the right corner. Up and in from three-point land is Cammie McDonald. A big-time three there by Cammie McDonald, the senior. And now Ashland working on their offensive side. Up from the top of the perimeter, Colby Lehman, no good. Collected by Lauren Murphy, and the Hillers have it back. Lauren Murphy feeds it into the paint to Trendle. Trendle with clockers all around her. Up for the shot and draws the contact. And this time they'll get, looks like Sonali Cialino with her third. They'll make that Melissa Leone with her second. Lexi Trendle, a chance to add on to this Hillers 15-point lead. First of two is good. Lexi Trendle will get another here. Second free throw, no good. And it's collected by Leone for Ashland. Melissa Leone, top of the perimeter. Feeds it over to the right corner to Morella. Well, along the wing. Back to Lima. Lima trying to feed it into Claire Marcy. And we end up getting a offensive foul, an elbow call against Claire Marcy. And that is her third, team fourth for Ashland. The Hillers will have the inbound from the defensive baseline. Hillers starting to pull away once again, up by 16, 40-24, 10 seconds and counting left to go in the third quarter. Hillers trying for a buzzer beater, driving up the lane, McDonald up for the shot, no good. Loose ball collected by Marcy, they'll feed it down to Lima. Lima for a deep two from the right side, that's no good. And at the end of three, it'll be the Hopkinton Hillers 40, the Ashland Clockers 24. The fourth quarter coming up next on MyFM 101.3. High School. Ready for the fourth quarter. The Hillers leading Ashland 40-24. Here on MyFM 101.3. This TVL large matchup. With possession is Katie Klepper for the Clockers. Pass back over to Ryan Lima. Driving in from the right wing up for the lay-in. That's no good. And Lexi Trendle is there to collect for the Hillers. Lauren Cho takes it up the far side for Hopkinton, driving the lane up for the left-handed shot, no good. And the Clockers have it back as Klepper will drive the lane, feeds it over the right short corner to Carter along the baseline up for the shot, no good. And there to collect for the Hillers is Lexi Trendle. Lauren Cho at the top of the perimeter, going to drive down to the right block, go up for the shot, and as she does, draws contact. It'll be an inbound for the Hillers. Show on the entry. Trendle along the wing, and around the top of the perimeter they go. Now in the interior to Murphy along the end line. Feeds it out to Gladeau. And now back up top to Connell. Launches a three, no good. And Catherine Carter is there to collect for Ashland. Pass over to Ryan Lima. She launches a three from the right wing, no good. Lexi Trendle there for the Hillers. Lauren Cho will take it down. Cho along the far side. The Hillers up by 16. This has been certainly a defensive affair here tonight. And the ball was knocked loose, taken away by Catherine Carter, and the Clockers work up into the offensive side. Leone going to drive the lane up for the shot, no good. And it's pulled down by Lexi Trendle. Trendle kicks it up the far sideline. And as she does, we get a timeout call from Coach Greco. 6:37 left to go in the game. The Hillers leading Ashland 40-24 on my FM 101.3. Back to Hopkinton High School, 6:37 left to go in regulation. Hillers inbound out the timeout. Defensive baseline, Lauren Cho. Gladeau along the near side, back to Cho. Cho now to Gladeau. Gladeau call it out. Cho along the right side of the perimeter, driving in, and a feed to the right block, up and in goes Lexi Trendle. How about Lexi Trendle? 13 points heading into the fourth quarter now. Makes it 15 for the game. Impressive stuff. Catherine Carter, top of the perimeter, over to the left short corner to Lima. Now a kick out to Leone. Launches a three, no good. Ball knocked out of bounds. It will be an Ashland inbound. On the entry, Melissa Leone. Well, a lot of freshmen on this Ashland roster. Certainly a younger team. They got 5 freshmen listed on the roster, but they do have some good returning players from last year. But really the problem for them tonight, it's been offense. The Hillers have it, and Ashland hasn't. Hillers up 42-24, 5:53 and counting left to go. Lauren Murphy along the near side. Ashland providing full court pressure as they have been all game long, but the Hillers have been dealing with it nicely. Connell over to Trendle. Trendle up from the left block, and in she goes. Lexi Trendle, the sophomore, putting on an absolute show here at Hopkinton High School tonight. Catherine Carter drives into the paint, up for the shot, no good. Loose ball collected by Lauren Murphy. Feeds it to her right to Connell. Now up to Gladeau along the near sideline. Now to Trendle in the paint. Off the glass and in. But there was a travel, so the shot will not count. Ashland will have the entry from their defensive baseline. On the inbound, Leone. Over to the near side, she goes to Lima. Now back to Leone. She'll feed it down court to Ryan Lima, but overthrew her. Out of bounds it goes. And it'll be Hillers' ball. Lexi Trendle has really been the spark for the Hillers' offense tonight. First quarter, she got things going with 3 field goals. Didn't have any points in the second quarter, but the third quarter, same result, 3 field goals to get this Hillers' offense going. And now a 3 attempt from Sensini from the left of the perimeter, no good. Collected in the paint by Caroline Connell, and she got wrapped up with a couple of clockers. Jump ball called. The Hillers will have the inbound. Lauren Cho on the entry. And getting back to Lexi Trendle, she was the one to get the offense going in the fourth quarter as well for the Hillers with a couple of big field goals. In fact, she has the only field goals for the Hillers in this quarter. Lauren Cho trying to drive to the bucket. She draws contact. They get Colby Lima, the freshman, with her first foul. And now Lauren Cho at the line for a pair. First of two, no good. Second of two for Cho. Off the back iron, and no, but it is collected by Caroline Connell for the Hillers. Feeds it out to Gladeau, now to Cho, driving in from the left side, up for the shot, no good. Out of bounds it goes, Ashland basketball. Ryan Lima on the entry for the Clockers. Goes up the far side to Leone, and Leone trying to go to midcourt, stolen away by Connell, and Connell will feed it to Lexi Trendle, and Trendle drives to the bucket, up for the shot. The shot fell through, but they're going to get her with a charge. And that is her fourth foul. Lexi Trendle certainly playing aggressive tonight, trying to get to the basketball. Has racked up the fouls, but it's been a great effort by the sophomore tonight on both ends of the court. Colby Lima works her way up the near side, driving in from the right wing, and finds an open lane to the bucket, goes up and in with the underhand shot. That is the first field goal of the fourth quarter for Ashland, and we are about halfway through. Hillers now working in the paint. Trendle up for the shot, no good. Loose ball is collected by Ashland as Morella takes it up, feeds it out to Lima. Now to Morella, driving in from the right corner, to the paint she goes. Up for the shot, no. And it's collected by Cho. And Cho gets wrapped up with a clocker, and the jump ball is called. Possession arrow in favor of Ashland. Lauren Marcy on the inbound. Marcy over to Ryan Lima. Driving in from the left wing. Feeds it out to Morella, up for three, no. And it's collected by Caroline Connell for the Hillers. Over to Olivia Gladeau along the far side. Now back to Cho. Along the near side, she'll fire it across. Over to Sensini, and then Sensini feeds it to Connell, who drives the lane to the bucket and draws contact. And this foul called on Carly Morella, that's her first. Caroline Connell at the line for the Hillers, trying to get into the scorebooks for her first time tonight. First of two is good. She'll have another. Hillers up by 19, 45-26. 3:46 remaining in regulation. Second free throw, no. It is collected by Sensini for the Hillers. Takes it out to the right corner, feeds it up to Cho. Now back to Sensini. Sensini trying to work around a pair of defenders. Tries to turn around, feed it up to Connell. It's stolen by Ryan Lima. Ryan Lima feeds it over to the right wing to Morella. Morella drives into the paint, kicks it back out to Colby Lima, and as Colby Lima drives to the bucket, she draws some heavy contact. She will be heading to the line. And they will get Lauren Cho with her first foul of the game. Colby Lima, the freshman, at the line for her first time tonight. First free throw is no good. She'll get another. Second free throw no good, but Ashland is able to hold on to possession. Driving to the bucket was Morella. She'll miss the shot, and Lauren Cho has it for the Hillers. Cho over to Connell, driving in from the right wing. Up for the shot, no good. And it was rebounded by Ellis. And here comes Ashland, driving in From the right corner is Morella, feeds it out over to Ellis, who launches the three. That's no good. The Hillers have it back as Connell is there to collect. Connell is trying to feed it to Maggie Hedstrom along the right corner. Overthrew her a little bit. It ended up out of bounds. So the Hillers getting the backups in there now. They know that they have this game locked up. And they are 2 minutes and 44 seconds of basketball away from their second win of the season. Marcy driving to the bucket, trying to put up the shot, but was fouled. She'll head to the line. They get Carly Hedstrom with her first. On the entry, Zaria Turner. Over to Kobe Lima along the short corner. Driving in from the corner along the baseline, feeds it out to the left wing. Up for three is Ellis, no good. Loose ball along the far side, and it ended up out of bounds off of Ashland. The Hillers will have the inbound. Julia Sensini and Carly Hedstrom. Back to Sensini along the right wing. And Sensini called for a travel. She jumped up, spun around, but didn't keep her dribble going. Ashland has it. Zaria Turner inbounds to Colby Lima as the Clockers work up court. Colby Lima going to drive the lane to the bucket off the glass and in. It's her second field goal of the game. Hedstrom takes it up court for the Hillers. Sensini over to the right block, up for the shot, no good. And an Ashland rebound, Caroline Ellis is there. And now it's stolen back by Connell as Morella tried to take it into the paint. An errant pass right over to Connell. And then it ends up out of bounds along the near side. It was off of a clocker. Hillers will have the entry from the offensive baseline. Along the corner, Hedstrom on the inbound. Hillers working around the perimeter. They don't have to rush a shot here. An attempt to get it over to Cameron McDonald is stolen by Melissa Leone. But then it's taken right back by Carly Hedstrom on the Hillers defensive end. Getting you up to date with some other local games going on as Amelia Sensini launches a three from towards the right wing and she hits. Swishes right through. Ashland driving back to the offensive zone, and driving down was Harley Morella, and she put up a shot. It was good and a foul, but I don't believe they counted the basket. In fact, they did count the basket. They just added it now. She's at the line for an and one. No good, and it's rebounded by Cammie McDonald. Taking it up for the Hillers, Carly Hedstrom. Well, the Norton girls trailing Medway 34-16. Meanwhile, the Medway and Norton boys, they're playing a tough one, 36-35 in the third quarter. A grinded out fest going on over at Medway High School. We have an Ashland foul here. It'll be a Hillers inbound as team 7th for Ashland. They're at the limit. Carly Hedstrom on the entry for the Hillers. Less than a minute left to go here at Hopkinton High School. The Hillers up by 18. Up for the shot from the right short corner. Cammie McDonald, no good. And the Clockers have it back. Klepper down the near side. Klepper along the right wing, trying to work it past Hedstrom. Now pass over to Groves. Now along the left corner, it's Leone. Feeds it into Groves. Now a pass up top to Klepper. Launches the three, no good. And it's taken away by Hedstrom, who works into the offensive end, but she's called for a double dribble. It'll be an Ashland inbound from the far sideline. And Ashland's going to be called for a double dribble as Klepper tries to take it down. So the Hillers will get it back. One of the local results that took place last night, the Norwood boys beat Holliston 54-43. Norwood boys team certainly looking strong this year in their second season in the TVL. And now Carly Edstrom going to dribble it out, and the Hopkinton Hillers are going to take the game over the Ashland Clockers. 48-30 is your final score. Ashland just could not get the defense going here tonight. And the Hillers, they just dominated possession-wise. They did a great job defensively, keeping Ashland out of the interior. The Hopkinton Hillers victorious over the Ashland Clockers, 48-30.